My name is Peter De Benedictis. I'm the CMO for Microsoft for Middle East and Africa. Really pleased to be here and chatting with you today about some really interesting topics. So the IT industry has both challenges and opportunities when we look towards 2021. We're hopeful that vaccines will introduce an era of more stability when it comes to public health, but digital transformation is here to stay. The hybrid work environment, by all accounts, is here to stay. And so one of the key challenges for us is how do we help our customers manage this new normal that we're going into? We were in a reactive phase where people responded to the pandemic. We're helping customers now to recover. But really what we see for 2021 is how do we help our customers reimagine their business? How do we help them use technology to really rethink how they go to market, how they engage with their customers, how they engage with their employees? How do they change things like their supply chain and then reimagine their products and services for this new normal that we're going into? So for our sector, this is really the main challenge. How do we help our customers who are going through a massive transformation best cope with the new future that's ahead of them with a lot of uncertainty still built in the system and in their industries? So what am I most looking forward to in 2021? I would have to say being able to travel again. I've been a resident of the UAE for more than 30 years, and I can say with a strong degree of certainty, this is the longest I've spent in the country on a continuous basis. One of the things that I love about being in Dubai, it's the center of Europe, Asia, and Africa. And within 3 hours, you can be on another continent. And not being able to do that has really been a personal and business challenge. But also it's tough from a professional perspective because I have teams that are based all over the region, and not being able to meet with them face to face, meet with our customers face to face and our teams in the field certainly has made my work a lot more challenging. And so I'm looking forward to 2021 seeing a ease in travel restrictions and making it safe from a public health perspective to travel again and get out and see customers and teams in other countries again, like I was used to doing before. So in marketing, it's clear that digital engagement, digital first, is becoming the new normal. And the challenge for marketers and for my team and myself is going to be to not rush back into the old way of working. In B2B marketing, typically engagement was event-driven, in-person driven. And what we've seen over the last 9 months of the pandemic is that digital first is where we engage with our customers. And so the challenge for 2021 will be how do, as marketers, we leverage this new, more widely accepted way of working, which is to engage digitally through webinars, through video recordings, through face-to-face meetings, through a PC, and having that kind of engagement versus the old way, which was to hold an event and hope the customers come. So finding the right balance between digital and non-digital and not having extremes on the other end, I think is going to be a real challenge for 2021. And then a final note to maybe put on top of that is if you're going to do an in-person event, how do you do it in a safe way that your own employees, as well as the customers and visitors who come to visit you, do that in a safe way that they feel comfortable, so that if you make that investment in in-person activity, that A, it's safe, and B, that customers will come, because there's no guarantee that even if you put forward an event, that customers actually will show up. So as the landscape of tactics have changed from the pandemic, where we've shifted from traditional way of engaging with customers to a much more digital way, what we need our agency partners to do is to adapt as fast or faster than the engagement model. And that requires agencies to become really experts in video and video production, both for social, for webinars, for other digital engagement activities, which require expertise in video. that trend was already starting pre-pandemic, but now it's on steroids. And so what we need our agency partners to do is to really rapidly change from their skill set from traditional media, even in digital media. It was still largely banner ads and so and the like. We now need a lot more video content than ever before. And in fact, our target audiences expect that. So we need our agency partners to rapidly adapt and to become experts in creation, and production of video content in order to meet our customers in the format that they would like. So for us, in my team, we look after Middle East and Africa. And there's messaging is really critical as we go forward, because countries are responding, recovering, and reimagining their marketplace in very different ways. And depending on the country, the market, the industry, the company you're in, you may be in a very different phase of those three pieces that I just talked about. So our challenge when it comes to messaging is to meet customers where they are in that evolution versus trying to have one message fit all. So that's one big challenge. The second challenge is also to be respectful of the fact that we've come out with what we hope is a once in a century pandemic. And we don't want to just go back to doing things the same old way. I think we have to adjust our tone, adjust the approach. So it is about not having a plain vanilla approach and assume that it lands with all customers in the same way. And the second is to adjust our tonality, to be respectful of the fact that some companies, industries, and people have been devastated by the pandemic in many different ways over the last 9-10 months. And it's really important for brands to keep that in mind when they're thinking about how they go to market and what their messaging should be.